welcome to the fashionable film city Banauli. I am Fake Lorentz and will discuss the concept of simultaneity, and I am Fake Einstein and will discuss the concept of past, present and future with traveling the fashionable film city Banauli. So let us start. First, Fake Lorentz will discuss. So first, see the concept of simultaneity. An interesting implication of the relativity is that time intervals are not the same for two observers in relative motion. This leads to an important fact that two events which seems to take place simultaneously to one observer, that is observer on ground, in general not simultaneous to another observer in relative motion. For example, a observer moving in a spacecraft which is moving with velocity v. To clarify it, suppose two time bombs explodes at different places x1 and x2, but at the same time t sub 0 to an observer on the ground, but the situation is different to an observer in a spaceship moving with a velocity v relative to the ground. For the observer in the spaceship, that is moving observer in moving reference frame, the explosion at x1 occurs at time t1 dash t sub 1 prime given by t sub 0 minus x sub 1 v by c square divided by under root 1 minus v square c square, or t sub 1 prime equals to t sub 0 minus open braces x1 v divided by c square divided by under root 1 minus v square by c square. And the explosion at x2 occurs at time t sub 2 prime equals to t sub 0 minus open braces x sub 2 into v by c square close braces divided by under root 1 minus v square by c square. This is given by equation 2. Hence the two events, that is explosion that occur simultaneously to observer on the ground, are separated to another observer, that is observer in the spacecraft, by a time interval of t sub 2 prime minus t sub 1 prime equals to open braces x sub 1 minus x sub 2 close braces into v by c square divided by under root 1 minus v square by c square. Now the question is, which observer is right? Who is right? The question is meaningless. Both observers are right because each one measures what he had seen. Hence we conclude that there is no such thing as an absolute time, which is the same for all observers. We can say that time is relative and is different for observers in relative motions. So here is clear that one event, two events which occurs at same time in one frame appears to occurs at different times in another place. Now the concept of past, present and future will be discussed by Mr. Einstein. So let's go to the Mr. Fake Einstein. Hello, good evening viewers. I am Fake Einstein and now I will discuss about the past, present and time concept. The concept of past, present and future. So let us start. The relative characteristics of time does not describe all of our everyday experience regarding the time. For example, no observer, regardless of his state of motion, can see an event before it actually occurs. This is because an event sends out signals which take finite time to reach the observer. Similarly, time never runs backward to any observer. A sequence of events that happens somewhere at T1, T sub 1, T sub 2, T sub 3 dash will appear in the same order to all observers everywhere, though not necessarily with the same time intervals. T sub 2 minus T sub 1 or T sub 3 minus T sub 2 dash between each pair of events. Thus we can order events in time. Hence there is a sense of time distinguishing past, present and future. However, it is possible that an observer has seen an event occurring at a distant place, whereas a second further observer has yet to see it. Thus, the event has occurred in past of the first observer, but has to occur in the future of the second observer. In other words, the two observers disagree about their past and future. Can the first observer send a radio message about this event to the second observer, enabling him to predict the future? The answer is no, because the radio message has to travel through a space with the speed of light and can never reach the second observer before he himself becomes aware of the event. Thus, even in the theory of relativity, there is no way to peep into the future. And with this, I would like to end this discussion here. Thank you very much. See my video in banauli.